A game does not go from one of the worst launches in history to years later best of all time lists and overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Like, that does not just happen. That kind of transition is impossible unless it is a game that takes it on the cheek, completely defies the odds, and becomes a fully redeemed standout of its genre. A game that grabs you by your collar and demands, "Wake the fuck up, gamers. We've got an essential to play." Now, if you're going to lead a game primarily through questing, you gotta go the way of Baldur's Gate. You look at the wiki for the way a questline can turn out, and there's all these creative, unexpected options. Cyberpunk is very much in the same vein, with forking paths of choice and flavor. There are soft hidden details and alternate routes that'll send you down mini rabbit holes of hypotheticals and role-playing opportunities. You've got a variety of dialogue choices, playstyle approaches, and solutions that'll have you looking away from the quest marker and thinking about other avenues not so simply spelled out for you. It's one of those games where you'll see on YouTube, 50 quest endings no one ever gets. Click here to find out. And the quests are meaningful because they're not just there for gameplay. They're there to riddle your mind with philosophical intrigue. Nier Automata is famous for asking players, how are humans and machines so different? And it's fantastic, but Cyberpunk takes things a little bit further. Instead of asking questions, the game forces you to find those answers. Every other questline ends up with the player making some kind of 4D trolley problem decision. Even if the choice you make ends up being purely for RP, you find yourself caring about your options because the game draws you in with its impacting presentation. Y'all remember how gripping God of War was, like on a cinematic scale? The one-shot continuous camera was a genius choice. Cyberpunk 2077 is a masterclass of cinematic direction in video games that employs a similar strategy. In addition to a mostly continuous shot, the vast majority of Cyberpunk takes place first person through the player's perspective. You're experiencing everything happening as V, not some third-party viewer in the audience chair. You know how in Elden Ring you're looking across landscapes and it's hard not to feel like you just got transported inside of a beautiful painting? Cyberpunk is like the cyberpunk version of that. If there's an opportunity for an epic scene that looks like it belongs in the most preem sci-fi action films, Cyberpunk takes that opportunity every time. It has a fantastic sense of setting. You're placed into these romantic rooms, sex-plastered streets, malicious meetups, rooftops, back alleys, ethereal digital planes, landfills, and despite how massive Night City is, all of it feels entirely intentional, like everything is framed in just the right way to express themes, generate emotion, and tell a story, even without words. However, Cyberpunk is also a story told through words. This can be a problem for games that don't have fresh, authentic writing and a full cast of talented voice actors. We have no problems here, we're fresh out of problems. Cyberpunk looked at games like Red Dead 2 and realized the potential interesting, well-acted characters have to carry a great game into an amazing game. No character is one-dimensional. Although this character is technically two-dimensional, and he's also a gun. One of my favorite side quests in the game involves talking down a sentient car from committing Sudoku off a bridge. You're going to fall in love. You're going to succumb to hate. You're going to forgive, but you're not likely to forget. Oh, but how could I forget the combat? Become a netrunner and use VATS from the Fallout games. Hack into camera to hack into another camera to hack into a turret to mow some folks down. Or maybe dash around and scatter their innards with a shotgun like your Doom guy. Frag out like you're playing Ultra Kill. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Every once in a while, you manage to shut the noise and chaos of Night City out. And that's when you'll hear it. The standoffish brute, letting her guard down. An action hero, admitting their fear to a loyal friend. A sensual, cerebral dive into the psyche. The feeling when you combine happiness and melancholy, or being calm with an underlying sense of anxiety. Folks, I'm not doing super okay if I can be honest with you for a sec. Fortunately, Cyberpunk has been around to kind of be this therapeutic experience to help get me through it. I mean, this is EG after all, right? I mean, we're talking about an art form that faces us with these fears and anxieties and puts a gun in our hand and says, go do something about it. I don't know, interactive literature that deals with what's going on inside and all around us? Isn't that kind of the point?